everyone. Today we are going to be talking about your skin and your hair. Your skin and your hair are important because your hair, which you'll find on most people's heads, protects your scalp from getting burned. Your skin is important because your skin is like an extra layer of protection. Your skin is constantly getting renewed, meaning that old skin keeps on falling away while new skin takes its place. This process starts when your lowest layer of cells keep on multiplying. These cells' names are the basal cells. These basal cells multiply, and then the old basal cells in the bottom become prickle cells. Prickle cells are cells above the basal layer cells, and they have little tiny bits of keratin in them. Then, as basal cells multiply, more prickle cells come, and as more prickle cells come, your old prickle cells become granular cells. These granular cells have granules of keratin, as the name hints. These granular cells then become dead cells completely filled with keratin. And then these cells fall off. And this thing's name is shedding. Do you ride a bike? If you do, you've probably fell down at least once. When you fall down, you've probably gotten scratched or cut too. And then a few days later, you've probably seen that the cut got healed. But how did it get healed? When you fall down and scratch yourself or cut yourself, then you will break cells, making them release what's inside of them. Sometimes you will cut some blood vessels and blood will come out. This blood will make a plug on the cut. Then this plug in the cut will attract different types of cells called fibroblasts. It will take you maybe around 2 or 3 minutes to understand the pronunciation of that. These fibroblasts come to the damaged area and they create this fibrous tissue that becomes a scab. How many times have you seen when you get cut, it becomes this dark red hard thing? That is called a scab. That is the fibrous tissue that the fibroblasts put on the plug. Then, you probably know, the scab falls off, maybe with a little help of your itching, and there usually is a pinkish place where it stays, but then usually, over time, that goes away. That pinkish thing is a scar. That is how your skin heals. Okay, we've talked a lot about skin. Now let's talk about hair and how it grows. Your hair grows in a pit in your skin called a follicle. your hair will keep on growing for 3 or 4 years. After 3 or 4 years, then your hair will just die. All the activity in the follicle will stop. But maybe a week or two later, activity starts again. And this time, a new hair gets made, and it keeps on pushing the old hair out until your old hair falls out and your new hair is grown to a good size. Each strand of your hair has a teeny tiny muscle called the erector pili muscle. It took me a long time to get comfortable with the pronunciation for the erector pili muscle. When you feel cold, the erector pili muscle contracts, making your hair stand straight up. And because of that, when your hair stands straight up, it pulls your skin, making goosebumps. Also, when you feel cold, your blood vessels also become very narrow. And you all know this, you won't sweat. But when you're hot, then your erector pili muscle relaxes and your hair bends over and you won't have any goosebumps. And also your blood vessels become wider, and you also all know this, you sweat. And that is pretty much all you need to know about your skin and your hair.